Hey everybody, I know a lot of us are feeling the huge loss of D'Angelo's passing, the D'Angelo's passing. And this is just a yap session, like this is like low key therapy for me to talk about this because I'm not I don't really get in front of the camera and talk about like death and stuff like that, and I'm very like definitely like my human mind still can't grasp death. So talking about it like in front of a camera is so weird for me. But I was like, the way D'Angelo's music made me feel and how it has helped me get through some tough times in my life, I had to. And I've been, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I have been crying since yesterday. And I thought that I would be okay today to do a video. So this is like my third take. So if I repeat myself during this yap session with you guys, I apologize. Every time I try to talk, I start crying. And so yeah, I really want to just talk about my discovery of D'Angelo, and I really do. I want to add to the discourse, the lovely discourse I've been seeing since yesterday on Twitter and TikTok. So so yesterday, like I was at work and I was looking on I got a notification on Facebook for something. I'm scrolling and I see on like my timeline from like a page that I don't even follow. It was like, oh, like we're sad to like inform everyone like that D'Angelo passed. So I'm like, nah, like this is fake. I don't like this. Like I like almost reported that page because I'm like, I see sometimes with like Photoshop stuff and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a lie to get like clickbait. So I almost reported it. So I remember like running over to Twitter and just being like, D'Angelo? And I remember typing in his name to see if like a reliable source confirmed it. And one thing I love about Twitter is how we can talk about events in real time from people from all over the world. Like I remember when Twitter first blew up, BT Awards, award shows. I remember like a couple times where I think it was like an earthquake in California. Like people were live tweeting like, "Yo, y'all heard that?" Like that's one thing I love about Twitter. You can talk in real time, and with a hashtag, you can find that topic quicker. So, I remember just typing his name yesterday, and I'm like, no. And people saying the same thing, like, no, not D'Angelo. This must be a really bad rumor. Hope someone can come and clear it up. I remember just being at work, just so anxious, like, Lord, please, I want someone to clear this up. Because my mind went to like his kids, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And like cancer is such a man. So, like maybe like 30-40 minutes go by, that's when people like sources started confirming that D'Angelo passed away from cancer, and I was like, Lord have mercy. And for him to be only 51, like I remember being at work, I had my composure. I just spent my like all of my break just like reading tweets and retweeting and doom scrolling basically on TikTok and just listening to everyone's take and like clips of his live performances and everything like that. Um or his interviews. I just deep dive on his interviews yesterday, and I'm just like, wow. And mind you, yesterday I had a concert to go to see Rico Nasty. And I love Rico Nasty. And I was like, I'm gonna go, but my spirit was just like, I just want to be home and listen to D'Angelo's music. Like I'm too sad. Like I want to be home. And so remember just at work counting down the minutes to go home. I was like so ready to go home. So I came home and I told my mom, and like my mom, she's heavily religious. So D'Angelo, she heard of him, but she knew like how much I was like, that's one of my favorite artists, and she knew that because I would play him. And she's like, that is so sad. And she gave me space. Like I remember like I was in my room, and then she went down to the living room and she listened to her stuff, and then I just went in my room and just started playing his music. And I knew I was gonna tear up, but like no exaggeration, like I was boohoo crying yesterday. I found my smile again. That's one of my favorite songs by D'Angelo. Whew, I'm getting teary-eyed, y'all. I'm getting emotional. And that came on, and y'all, I literally just dropped to the floor crying. Like, I gotta pick myself back up. And I'm like, and I let myself feel my emotions, and I was like, dang, I was not expecting to be that, like, to be, whoo, like, you would think that D'Angelo was a family member of mine. But, like, you connect with people because songs just, they're attached to, like, memories and so many different things in life. You know what I'm saying? So the connection and the love and passion D'Angelo had for music, you felt it. Like when someone is born to do something they're in their purpose, like they're just destined for that. That's how I feel about D'Angelo. The love he had for music. One of one, a musical genius, an icon. Everything you can, like, music, like D'Angelo. And I remember, like, when I first like got introduced on my own with D'Angelo, I remember I was like maybe in middle school, and I remember the Fugees did a surprise performance at the BET Awards. I think it was like 05 or 06. I can't remember now. But I remember how, like the older heads, like my older siblings, they were like, yo, like the Fugees. So I'm like, okay, this must be very monumental because people are like losing their mind. And I remember like deep diving into Lauryn Hill. I remember I begged my mom, not begged her, but I asked her to please get me the Lauryn Hill CD. And I remember with the Lauryn Hill CD, I played that front to back, back to front, to the point that it was skip. It was skip at, I think within the fourth song. I think the fourth song was Final Hour. And it started skipping around there. Like I played that album so much. But I remember hearing Nothing Even Matters. And that sparked my love for poetry. Because the beauty and the vulnerability and the love that they put into that song, I was like, I want to write like that. I want to evoke that much emotions into a written piece. And that album started my love for poetry. And poetry is such a thing that it's such a lost love that I had. And for the longest, I kept saying like, oh, I'm going to get back into it. And I never did. But I think this is going to get me back into my writing. Nothing Even Matters. Like that song. So from that song, that branched into me discovering D'Angelo, like on my own, basically. And like listen to Voodoo and Brown Sugar. I was like, man, this man's amazing. The way he talks about love. Like, I saw a lot of tweets like, oh, like this is why I'm a hopeless romantic. Like I grew up on people like D'Angelo and Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, and so many people of that era. And I know that D'Angelo didn't like the term neo soul, but imagine being so dope and so unique and so in your lane that they made a genre around you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how dope is that? Where they're like, yo, we can't even put you anywhere. You're one of one, like, neo soul. So, but like that genre, like, that's what I grew up listening to. And everything was so pure from that genre. It was love. It was light. It was blackness. And I was so impressed. Like, being that young, you're impressionable. Like, all that stuff is impressionable to you. So, and like, when I say that D'Angelo's a beautiful man, I don't even mean in the sense of like, I mean like the beauty and what he put into his music, it radiated. You know what I'm saying? So, and him being so apologetically black with the afro, the features, like, and me being a dark-skinned little girl, that mattered to me. Being a young, dark-skinned black girl, that mattered to me. Like, I remember just loving and looking for representation in anything that I watched. So, like, Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo, and many other artists too, but, like, seeing him, like, he was, you know, like, I was like, wow, like, black is beautiful. You know, those like he was my reassurance of that. And I love, like, I found my smile again. Spanish joint. I'm gonna do a separate video about my favorite songs from him, because I feel like this video will go from like probably 15 minutes to 100. So I'll do a separate video most likely. But I found my smile again. Like, his music, like, I listened to it since middle school, and like there's many artists, you know, but I remember listening to the Voodoo album, and it's crazy because October is such a weird month for me, because it's like the quote unquote anniversary of when I was in the hospital for a week, and it was so much unsurety of me living, to put it in like straight up, because it was a real bad heart condition. And D'Angelo's music always gave me a sense of tranquility and peace and love. And I remember just being in a hospital, listening to him, listening to Lauryn Hill, like, listen to many other artists as well. But like, I remember just listening to I Found My Smile Again, because it's about like a love song, but I put that song in the sense of like me trying to find my smile again, trying to overcome what I'm going through. So remember, like, even like Spanish joint, I'll listen to it and like play it in the like my like hospital room, and try to dance around. And Chicken Grease, I love Chicken Grease. The Black Messiah, I love the song. I really love. That's the name of the song, Really Love. And I remember when I first heard that song was on repeat for like 2 days. Really Love. There's so many songs on the Black Messiah, but Really Love, it like caught me and swept me off my feet, you know? So again, I had so many different ways I wanted to like talk about D'Angelo and speak about it. This is the best way I can put it without crying, y'all. Like, I tried to do this video like 4 times. I literally canceled everything yesterday and just stayed home, listened to his music. And again, I can't remember the last time I'd done poetry, or like even like did like a freestyle off the top spoken word, but I did it this morning or even last night. I remember like talking about how I want to play the guitar. That's because of D'Angelo. I remember that picture, I probably put it here, of him like with his eyes closed, like holding the guitar or the bass. And I want to learn. And maybe I'll learn, because I wanna play Lady and all his other songs on the bass. I want to learn that now. That's even more prominent. And like, my biggest dream was to see D'Angelo live. That was one of my biggest dreams. And didn't get a chance to, but thank God for like live performances on YouTube I can watch. I've been watching that and listening to interviews, and I'm just glad that he knew how much we, like, the fans loved him. And my prayers and thoughts and love are to his kids. Man, what a huge loss. What a very huge loss. But anyways, y'all, like, upcoming artists, upcoming artists, whoever, like, please take the time and listen to a musical genius like D'Angelo. Please. Even his covers, his features, like Nothing Even Matters, and there's so many I can't think of right now, but just type in D'Angelo on YouTube, and you know, many other like streaming sites and stuff like that, and but YouTube has like the raw footage of the concerts and stuff like that. So please do yourself a favor and do that, and learn and refresh yourself of how gifted that man was. Because I'll be doing that. I will be doing that. Just thank you to D'Angelo for being a part of so many different memories of my life, like the good, the not so good, but having his music as like so, like, it was so serene, and like a sense of peace, having his music playing in the background of many events in my life, and making me love poetry and getting into poetry and getting into writing, and now want to play an instrument now because of him. But yeah, please take this time to listen to his music and just listen to the body of work that man has. Like, those 3 albums created so, like, man. But I'm gonna end this here. I'll probably do a blog about it, like how I feel, because I'm great at writing. Talking is not my strongest suit, especially like when I'm filled with emotion. So I'll probably do a blog about like this video here about everything I feel, because I feel like I missed a lot of stuff. But anyways, y'all, be good, be kind to others, and be kind to yourself. And yeah, until next time.